Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right, last but not least, another GH question. Man, this has been the GH episode. Maxwell N asks, what are the goals and optimal HGH doses during a bulking versus a fat loss phase? If we think about it from a hypertrophy point of view, the main thing we're looking for from growth hormone is the increase in IGF-1 production. That's going to be the primary driver of growth and whatnot when we're in a growth phase. So I've kind of changed my perspective on growth hormone. I think on a growth phase that maybe you're better off using more than you would during a contest prep. Really, during a contest prep, the only thing that we're using GH for during that time period is for the anti-catabolic effect and potentially some fat burning, because it does increase lipolysis while you're on it. Now, what I've seen is guys with GH dosing during contest prep used to split it up throughout the day, and they would take more on contest prep, thinking that somehow that would increase fat burning, which it does to a certain degree. But GH really, at the end of the day, is a shitty, expensive fat burning agent that just ends up just making you insulin resistant. You'll see a lot of the bros that were splitting up their doses and taking it 4 or 5 times a day during contest prep to make sure they were maximizing the lipolytic effect, end up making themselves fucking diabetic. You see guys at the end of contest prep where their blood glucose levels are through the fucking roof, and they didn't put 2 plus 2 together, that maybe being in lipolysis all day fucking long and not having any sort of glucose metabolism available is not a smart idea. And you can't really use insulin to force the issue when you're in a caloric deficit either, because insulin's going to be counterproductive for fat burning. And then also you're risking going hypo when you're in a caloric deficit. So that doesn't work that well either. So my thought process isn't anymore. The time that you want to get a little more aggressive with the GH is during your off-season phase, when you want high levels of IGF-1 during contest prep, or your fat loss phase. Maybe bring it back down a little bit. Use it just primarily for the anti-catabolic effect, for recovery, for and you will get some fat burning out of it. I generally, what I do with GH during contest prep is I'll split the dose in half. I'll take half before bed and another half in the morning before my fasted cardio. I know that dose in the morning is not going to have any effect on the fasted cardio because it does take about 2 hours to peak, but that hopefully that dose that we took before bed is still present, because it does last for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on how long you sleep. It's not like it's completely gone, but in that way we have about half of our day, about 12 hours of our day, where we're in lipolysis. Now, part of me is wondering, especially like with me, because I struggle with glucose control at times, that maybe it isn't a smart idea. Maybe I should always keep the dosing pre-bed. And I think that's the risk that you take when splitting up dosing, as we talked about in the earlier question with GH, that you're going to have problems with rising glucose levels as you split up your doses because of the shift to lipolysis throughout the day, and negative effects on insulin receptor sensitivity and all these other downstream negative effects. And insulin and GH are counter-regulatory hormones. So we have all these problems. So maybe I don't know. I may shift my opinion on it. I used to split up the doses on a contest prep phase. Maybe it's not so smart. And now seeing how guys deal with the rising glucose levels, especially I've seen a lot of guys come out of contest prep with high glucose levels. And I think it's because of splitting the GH up throughout the day that's probably causing it. Maybe it's not the smartest approach. I don't know. And now we have better choices for fat burning anyway. Like I said, GH is a shitty, expensive fat burner that can negatively affect metabolic health. Why not just use a GLP-1 that actually improves metabolic health and increases, GLP-3 that's going to increase lipolysis through a different mechanism, and improve insulin sensitivity, and improve pancreatic function, and improve lipids, and has a more effective demonstrated effect on lowering body fat. So I think we have better tools at our disposal now, and maybe save the GH for the off season and just run enough during contest prep as an anti-catabolic and for joint and connective tissue health. And maybe that's the shift that we need to make in modern bodybuilding.